Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having fat-free Greek yogurt and milk flax seeds. Pretty boring today. All right, let's talk about mini workouts. When I say mini workouts with bands, I'm talking about using these little bitty light bands, the lightest bands you can find. Something I've gotten more and more into. I've run it through different phases in my training. And I know a lot of good coaches who do advocate this. It's something that I find helps myself, helps my clients, and that is to do mini workouts sometimes for our weak points for a number of reasons. Number one, GPP, general physical preparedness. And I try to do almost every day some GPP, right? And this is one reason you guys are seeing me push even my supplemental work heavier and heavier and heavier, because I'm getting more reps and volume and blood flow from mini workouts, from GPP, things like that, to where I don't need it so much, and I just care about getting tension on the muscles to maximize hypertrophy, but to do so in a way that gives me the best strength carryover. So again, that's a factor in why you see me doing that, because I do so much of this stuff. Now, examples of it would be, we could discuss like upper and lower body, and I can give you guys some stuff that is really amazing if you have access to the right equipment. But for just upper body, bands work. Lots and lots of band movements. And something I do these days that I find is helping with my shoulder a lot, because again, I'm trying to build up my bench. My bench has caused me a lot of problems historically. It's been my weakest lift. I've always struggled with some tendon inflammation and stuff in certain places with it. And this can help. So we usually superset things. So this would mean stuff to where I do bench pressing with the band, right? This band right here. Of course, I put it under a bench, but you could do it this way also. You could do it on your neck. Not as effective because you're not getting the same stretch, right? Very, very high reps. And we mean, 50 plus reps. And then superset it with things like the band press downs, which is something I do for a lot of my lifters. It's something I make a lot of my novices start on. A lot of my clients, and even people who aren't novices, are like, yep, he makes us do this. We do band press downs for very high reps to build up the tendons at the elbow. And it lets us do more heavy tricep work. But these movements can do that. And you can throw in a third movement to have it in the rotation, right? So that you can keep moving, keep your heart rate up. You could do something like rear delts with band pull aparts. You could do hammer curls, so that you do get a break for your triceps, because your triceps start running out of steam really fast. And you can just do these as a superset, like a circuit, okay? And mini workouts shouldn't last more than 5 to 10 minutes. That's the main thing. So what are we looking at doing here? Well, we're looking at a lot of things. We're looking at, does it improve your conditioning? Yes. Now, people say you're talking about doing a bunch of little silly band work. It improves conditioning. Yeah, it improves localized conditioning of the muscle, gets your heart rate up. Could you get some hypertrophy from it? Yes. Do you do a lot of it over time? We're getting into what we're looking at, the really high rep stuff for hypertrophy. I tend to fall in the camp that I don't think ultra high reps cause the same true hypertrophy. I think it's a little more sarcoplasmic. I think there's more water, things like that involved. But it creates an environment for your other stuff. It creates an environment, because what it does do, it seems to help with recovery. It helps with work capacity. And if you can build your work capacity with these movements, what do we get? We get better training. We get better training under our heavier stuff. That's a factor, because again, the recovery, the work capacity, and there is going to be some hypertrophy, particularly if you're doing a bunch of really heavy work. I think that there's where it works for hypertrophy best, right? Because we're getting all that myofibrillar growth off of the heavier work. This basically just works together with it in unison to help build a little more muscle. Other big deal is tendons, because of the blood flow side of this sort of stuff, especially band stuff. And the blood flow it gets to tendons can help hypertrophy tendons up. So if you have areas that are prone to inflammation, again, like in this case, could be pec tendons up here and in the shoulder, elbow tendons, things like that, this will help. Okay, it'll help a lot. So we're killing a few birds with one stone. What else? What about lower body stuff? I mean, you could come up with similar stuff for lower body. It's a little harder unless you have access to certain machines. And here's an example of one that I think people will understand. How about if you do all traction stuff? Let's say you have in your home a reverse hyper and a hip belt squat. And you put real light weight on those. Weights that are light enough you can do 20, 25 reps or more. And then you do some circuits with those. You see where we're going when we think about the traction and the restoration? All right? We can build our legs, we can build our low back, we can build their work capacity, build tendons, but we're also getting a restoration effect from something like that. Why? Because we have the belt squat and then the reverse hyper with traction. So doing mini workouts with traction type stuff for your low body, this is a potential game changer, right? If you really need to get jacked, build these areas up, and you need help with your overall recovery, now we're getting conditioning, we're getting restoration, all of these things. It'll help us recover better. What if you want to throw some ab work in there too? You could add hanging leg raises to the circuit. Again, another traction movement. Okay, this works very, very well. Works extremely well. Think about what that will do to both your GPP, your restoration, your recovery. It'll help get you in shape. It'll help build tendons, build a lot of support musculature that we need while helping you recover so that, again, we can handle heavier workloads and recover from it quicker. And this stuff doesn't take long, and that's what I'm pointing out when I talk about the time. Mini workouts should be 5 to 10 minutes. It should be 5 to 10 minutes. And you can do circuits like this on these things. You could do 10 minutes. Like, let's get real extreme. What if you wanted to do all those at once? You wanted to do a belt squat, reverse hyper, the chest press, okay, the tricep press downs, hanging leg raises, all in a circuit. You'll be recovered from each one. By the time you get back around to the next one in the circuit, they'll be ready to go again. You can do that for 10 minutes straight every day. It takes nothing out of your day, 10 minutes. That adds up over months and months and months. Okay, this adds to your GPP. It will help raise your conditioning. It'll help build tendons. Right? This is what we mean by doing mini workouts. And the last one I gave would be something really extreme, but it would really only take 10 minutes out of your day every day. Right? It will improve and enhance your training and improve your conditioning. Doing some sled drags or pushes with that, and then you really have something doing on the separate sessions. Again, this starts to become a big time commitment, but it's doable because these are things you can just squeeze in easily in the middle of your day, into your day, early in your day. As soon as you finish a workout, right? They can just be thrown in. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.